Whales are one of my favorite animals. Whales are so enormous. A blue whale can weigh up to 300,000 pounds. 300,000 pounds. That's massive. And they are the most, in my opinion, the most beautiful mammals you can see. And I was lucky enough to go to Alaska one time, and I saw these whales. And I'm not sure if they were sperm whales or if they were blue whales or what they were, but they were huge. And they were talking about how the tails would come up, and then they were feeding. And you would see these beautiful tails come up and then fold back down. And it was the most beautiful thing as they were feeding and they were doing this. They were going down. But I also got thinking, with their force and their power and their weight, if they were to hit our boat, we would be going flying. And it would be fatal. So whales, despite my love for them, they scare me because they're so massive. Like I said, a blue whale can weigh up to 300,000 pounds. But it's one of the most beautiful things when you see that tail come up and flip back down. Now, we didn't think Jonah would have a date with the whale. Jonah sure didn't think he would have a date with a whale in Jonah 1. But here he is. And he is asked by God. God says to him, Jonah, go preach against Nineveh. Preach against their wickedness. Now the people of Nineveh are Assyrians, and they hold the northern kingdom of Israel, his homeland. And he has a grudge against them. He's racist towards them, and he holds this grudge, and he is not going, he's not going to do it. Like Dana Carvey used to say when he did President Bush, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to raise taxes. Jonah was not going to listen to God and go and tell the people of Nineveh of their wickedness. But he was going to run like any of us would want to do. We would not want to do it, as Dana Carvey said, not going to do it. We would want to run. There's no way we would want. This would be like going down to Syria with no weapons and telling ISIS that they're wicked. That's dangerous. That's just crazy. And how far it was. If he was to walk, it would take a month for him to get there, walking 15 to 20 miles per day. And remember, they didn't have Nikes back then. So he decides to run, like most of us would, all of us would. Not going to do it. Not going to raise taxes, not going to go to Nineveh. And he runs. And this is what we do. He has a grudge and he runs with the grudge. And when we have a grudge, we run with our grudges. And we like to get away. We're not going to listen to God. We're going to hold on to this grudge. We are unhappy with somebody. We are unhappy with certain type of people. We are going to hold on to this grudge and we're going to run. Now God messes with us. God messes with Jonah. He messes with us. He has a sense of humor. He lets him go. And all of a sudden, everything's fine. He's on the ship going to Tarshish. He's talking to the guys. And they're talking about things. And all of a sudden, God, the fun and games is over. God starts to storm. And the winds pick up. And the people on the ship feel capsized. Because Jonah brings his grudge on the ship and is bringing other people down. We take our grudge. And our grudge is for people. And we bring other people down. We get other people to start hearing our negativity about how we think about other people. Other people may even start picking up on our negative and say, oh yeah, they are a jerk, without even knowing the person. Or she is a witch without knowing that person. God throws his storms out there, and they finally had enough of it. They finally had enough of Jonah's negativity. People are going to have enough of your negativity, and they're not going to want to be around you anymore because you're holding on to such a grudge and you're making them negative. People don't want to be around negative people. It hinders them down. People want to be around positive people. So they draw strings. And Jonah gets a small, short one. And all of a sudden, they say, "What have you done, Jonah? What is your almighty, powerful God doing?" And Jonah says, "It's my fault. Throw me into," because he's affecting the people. "Throw me into the waters. This is happening because of me. Throw me in the waters." And they pick him up. And they had enough of his negativity and they throw him into the water. And Jonah gives up. And this is where we are. We take our grudge and we get around. People don't want to listen to us anymore. And we still hold on to our grudge. And we're not going to go back. We're not going to do it. We're not going to get rid of our grudge. And we are just going to go and give up. And we go in the water and we're drowning in grudge-filled waters. Nastiness. And we are drowning. But our subconscious sometimes gets a hold of us. And through the grace of God and through the love of God, we start thinking, we're drowning. Maybe we should let this grudge go. Maybe I should stop drowning in this grudge-infested water. And by the grace of God, we are swallowed up. We can be swallowed up if we let it. Our subconscious take and let God swallow us up in our love. Like God swallowed Jonah up and kept him safe for 3 days to get him back on the track that he needed to be. To get him to go to Nineveh, which would take 3 days to get there. To go through the city. We let that love swallow us up and we become free like Jonah. Free of that grudge. And on our way where we need to be. So don't. It's our choice to either stay in the grudge-infested waters and hold on to our grudge and drown ourselves in the grudge-infested waters. Or we can start doggy paddling, treading water, even start swimming, and know that God, through His love, will swallow us up, make us free, take us away from our grudge-infested waters, and clear us of our grudge. And go from not going to do it to doing it, and then being free and having that inner peace. Let God swallow you up, just like God, the whale, the big fish of the Hebrew word. It's not a whale, but a big fish. Swallowed Jonah up. It's your decision. Either stay in the grudge-infested waters with your grudge and drown in it. Drown in your sorrows. Or have God's grace and love swallow you up and be free. Free from that grudge. And on your way to where you need to be. Amen.